Looking after a newborn is a very special and busy time, and sharing books and stories with your baby can be a big part of this. You can read anywhere and at any time. Sharing books is a wonderful way to help your child learn to talk, and it's the ideal opportunity to have a cuddle as well. It doesn't matter if you can't read very well. Talk about the pictures or make up a story. Your baby just loves listening to your voice, and is learning as well. Remember, at this stage, it is not about formally teaching your child to read. It's about sharing a special time with your baby and helping your child's language and literacy development. Your library welcomes babies.
So what sort of books do you recommend for my little baby?
Babies love looking at books with bold shapes and faces, particularly in black and white colours, like these black and white books. Babies also learn through their 5 senses, so look for books like with texture, like this one, and board books, and also books with babies' faces, as I love this. Babies want to experience the world, so when you're sharing a story, try to be as engaging as you can. You can borrow lots of different types of books at your library. And we even also have a special library card just for babies. We also understand that babies like to chew and dribble on books, so if you do damage a book in that way, don't let it stop you from using the library. We love having children here at the library of all ages. We welcome babies of all age ranges.
Enjoy a visit to your library. Sharing books and stories early gives your baby the best start in life.
We joined Abby up at the library when she was 3 weeks old and took her first book out when she was 4 weeks old. We think it's very important for kids to learn how to read. It's educational. It's good for their imagination.
And I also learned at uni doing early childhood education that it's never too early to start reading to your baby, and that black and white books are good for the contrast, and also I like the board books because you can't damage them very easily, so you don't have to worry about them ripping the pages or...
Her first couple of books are the black and white ones, and she thoroughly enjoyed them even though she was only young. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And they're getting better all the time. And she's much more alert now, so she sees a lot more than what she did before. It's good to start young.
Yeah, it's important for not just for school but for lifelong learning.
You learn so much through reading.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And you learn a lot about imagination and creative stories through books. And yeah, there's a great selection of kids' books here.
You don't need to be a good reader yourself to share books and stories with your baby. The more words your baby hears, the better.
As a speech pathologist and a mum, I know how important it is to talk to babies from the moment they're born and to read with them. I know that by reading to them, by the time they're ready to learn to read and write, they're so much more interested in books, and they know how a book works, and they just love. I've got 2 older children and they just love to read together, and it's just so beautiful to see how much they can learn from their interest in books, and how we can bond together too when we're reading together. Basically, babies need to hear words thousands and thousands of times before they will first start to understand what a word means, and then eventually start to use a word. So I know that by talking and reading with our babies, it means that they're hearing lots and lots of words for optimal language development, basically.
Flexing, have uniform. Yes, sir, 3 legs full.
So that's why it's important to sing and talk with your baby and make up stories and nursery rhymes. Anything where your baby gets to hear your voice, and nothing beats your own voice, your family's voices. TV just doesn't compare to these babies and our children hearing our voices and our family's voices, Nan and Pa, his brothers and sisters. They're all so important for these little babies to hear.
And Harry McCleary from Donaldson's Dairy.
Talk to your baby whenever you can.